How often do you speak to Subir?
How often do I?
Speak to Subir.
Oh, I try to avoid as much as I can.
Love to hear the wonders of my own world. I'd love to see the beauty of your skies.
We're so glad to have the most iconic band in India, Parikrama, as part of SoundChek Season 2. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for
Subir.
calling her.
Thank you, Nitin. Thank you, all of you guys, man. Really. This is such a, what do I say? It's an honor to have you guys, because you guys started it all, the movement in India of live bands. How do you feel? How many years has it been, Subir?
We just gonna complete 33 now.
Nitin was telling me on 17th of June.
Yeah.
33 years. Wow. 91 is when you started.
So if anyone asks us how's been the journey, so our answer always it just feels like yesterday. So
Of course.
it's like probably that we're enjoying it so much that we never knew actually 33 years ago. And actually, it feels like we did that the other day, and we still those mad 16-year-old kids who started it all. So we sent a video in the groups and
Yes.
we wrote, please ignore the.
I saw the rehearsal where everyone was swaying. But that's so cool. I mean, there's one thing for sure that, musicians don't have they don't ever have an age. It's like, and the music and especially the music that you make is so timeless. It's all timeless music. And, you guys have always been making music that is reflective of all ages. It appeals to a 10-year-old and also appeals to a 75-year-old guy. So it doesn't really have enough. How did you think of this song?
Probably Nitin.
Yes, Nitin.
See, this is a song composed long back.
Acha.
The first I think the thought about this was about deforestation.
Oh, okay.
And it was from quite trees are being cut down the present center in the name of progress. And but we have just one planet, and that what is called progress, what actually progress is absolute destruction. And we are lucky that we are not the generation who's going to find out and deal with the consequences of that. And it's going to be the ones after us and the ones after, so they can move. So I was there dealing with all the climate change and everything. So this came about like that. But
Sure. That's why it's called Don't Cut Me Down.
yeah, so it's like a literally begging, don't cut me.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is for your sake.
Yeah.
And one trivia is that this song actually we played live for the first time at Independence Rock in 1998.
Wow.
And then it kind of got lost in transition. And then we picked it up back again for Independence Rock 2022. And we played it live, but we just released our first live album on vinyl only at the moment. And somehow this song, because vinyl has limited, we had to cut out one song. So because of after thinking a lot of things, so this song got cut out. So
it cut out. It was cut out for the right reason.
yeah, so that's what we said, that what better place than to do this.
I remember last year when we came up with for the first season of Soundcheck, you were so positive and so happy and so grateful. We are so grateful that you came up and you said that you would like to, do a song for Soundcheck.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad because Mohan connected us and, and he said that, we are so, that, hey, Subir called and, he's really happy about what's going on. So, and I was like, hey, man, that gives us more of a reason to make season 2 now.
Yeah.
And, thank you.
Mohan also and Varun from Antriksh also.
Varun
I
from
reached out to both of them that you both are there. Please tell him that we are coming next year.
And you gave us, you empowered us to, do this, give us the strength to envision a season 2, and not just season 2, but seasons to carry on and on. And, obviously you being part of this season gives so much joy to all of us, because it's not just us, but everyone and all the bands look up to you guys for, they're so inspired by you guys that you guys have been continually making great music and, keeping this movement of live music alive when it comes to bands.
Thank you.
I'm going to speak to everyone, right? So Abhishek, tell me, how do you feel? Are you the youngest member of the band, or is Shashank?
I think so. We both. It's Sohail.
Sohail is the youngest? Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
But over to you, Abhishek.
Yes.
How do you, when a song is thrown at you by the Mullets, how do you, how do you play? What's the process? Like, you guys write the song and, compose the song, and then how does it come to the band?
It's actually a very organic process.
Sure.
And I've never been, in a spot where I felt that pressure. Initially, it was there because, being associated with a band like Parikrama, I was kind of intimidated because, how the things are on the outside. But it was only when I got into the band and we started writing, I realized this is a family. And,
Good, but by the
I'm trying. But honestly, for me, this is like a dream come true. Be associated with like music that I grew up listening.
Wow.
And now to be able to do this.
That's awesome. What a great feeling. What a great feeling. Full circle.
Yeah.
But I think sort of you're the oldest member of the band apart from Nitin. and,
Yes. So I joined the band sometime in 2000.
Nice.
Yeah. I got out of school.
So
And
you
then-
witnessed some kind of fights between...
Yeah, happens all the time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course, it happens every day, but like,
Yeah.
must be happening every day. I don't know, but...
No, it does happen. Like, I think wherever there's any sort of human element is involved, so there are bound to be rifts and tensions.
Yeah.
But we look at the longer and the broader
You just
picture.
convert those riffs to real riffs.
Well, we try.
Yeah.
We do try.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been fun.
It's been fun. So you got out of school and you were saying...
Yeah, so I got out of school and then that's when I started playing with the live setups. And one fine day I got a call from Subir, listen, we're looking for a guitar player. Why don't you just come over and let's just jam? And that's how it all happened.
Wow.
Yeah. And, being honest, Parikrama was the band I was listening to and I was hugely influenced. And it's been quite a journey playing with them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what a great story, like people who have grown up listening to your music then finally become part of your family. That's
Absolutely.
how incredible it is.
In fact, the song, the way it was composed, and then we forgot about it and picked it up again, there were no flute parts in it. But somehow, the band wanted Shashank to be a part of it. So this is the first time that the audience is going to be hearing who know this song, which Shashank added onto it.
Kya baat hai? Nice.
I'm very, very happy that this you have this beautiful color of Indian music with these two young guys. Generally, वो होता है कि खां साहब पंडित जी होते हैं, but like these are like young खां साहब and पंडित जी. Shashank, कैसा लग रहा है? कैसा फील कर? कितने साल हुए आपको परिक्रमा?
I joined it with 2017. That's SoundChk.
So it's been 7 years.
It was a really big deal for me. Yeah.
Please tell me, what do you think?
Yeah. So we were playing at Gosain, somewhere in Vidhi, and that was my first show. So I went to the Soundcheck and I was really nervous. And then Gaurav came up to me like, "How do you play those lines?" So he's asking me like, "Can you teach me?" And that time I felt
Just messing with you. No.
So what was the jamming situation?
I was enamored by because it's a very different way of approaching an instrument, or how you play melodic lines. So I was generally asking, what do you practice to be able to be in that flow state? And he's looking at me like, are you like messing with me, or are you seriously asking? He's like, sure, I'll talk to you later. Kind of pass it off like that. So yeah.
This was the show.
I never imagined like flute in a rock and roll band. So I learned a lot. Like,
Yeah? Why you say that?
right where you got Jethro. Yeah, I was just saying about that. Now I learned it.
Jethro Tull? Yeah. Jethro Tull is a very rock and roll kind of band.
No, I've heard Parikrama's songs before.
Sure.
I never imagined the flutes.
To be a part of it. Yeah.
So I learned a lot of things like sharply making classical, different styles.
You use effects on your flute sometimes?
Yeah, it was a PC having on voice like
Nice. And what do you put it through? आप भी यूज करते सोहेल कुछ इफेक्ट्स कि आप सीधा सिंपल एक माइक क्लिप ऑन माइक?
We don't get paid. बस ये बोल.
ओके, तो आपका एक्टिव है, वायलिन एक्टिव है, वायलिन एक्टिव है आपका. ओके ओके. And you have you put through your flute through some
Yeah,
processor?
so they make different sounds, not
Textures.
just textures, not
Sure.
just flute. Maybe a synth like I'm playing a flute, but it sounds like a synth like a
But you are very fortunate that the Maliks allow you to go to town with it, because then that's how that's a great sound of a great band. Yeah.
possible.
That we, this was the show where the violin player, the earlier violin player, could
Yeah.
reach and we called him last moment.
Yeah.
To fill in. I think without rehearsal.
Without this, yeah.
So our violin player couldn't come for that. The earlier violin player Imran, and we got to know while we were on the way for Soundcheck. So we said what to do. I think then somebody, I don't know who, called him, and he came in and we rehearsed backstage there, and it was a super hit show. From that time, we became a permanent.
That's why you mentioned the word soundcheck. He mentioned the word soundcheck, and I don't know how many times. And so that's why we just called this property soundcheck. Because soundcheck is a very key thing before you do the show.
And of course, I want to talk a little bit more to Nitin. But before that, let's change the order and go to Srijan.
Tell me how challenged do you feel at times when you're approaching a.
I mean, I can tell that Nitin and Shabir give you a lot of freedom to approach a song, but because the groove is such a key thing.
Is there a direction for a song? Because when they write a song, they compose a melody. There's obviously an inherent beat that they have in mind. And I also want to ask you, how do you guys, when the song is made, generally these days, there's a songwriter, there's a programmer who puts the beats down and a bass line down and guitars down, and then the band comes in and, replicates those parts. Do you guys do that? Or do you all meet and start from scratch?
So I think, firstly, to answer the first part of your question, I think there is a lot of freedom, even though there is an idea for the inherent groove of the song, but there is a lot of freedom for me to do what I do, which is a very good thing, because I find it very difficult. Like, I don't remember what I played in the last gig, and I'm more of a reactive sort of a thing. In 90% of the cases, it will be the same, but 10% of the cases, it might be different. And I also don't know what I do.
Okay. You're all on in-ears?
All on in-ears.
But do you all follow click?
No click.
Okay, cool.
So I mean, in our kind of music, following a click is not really good, because there are a lot of times where we take the energy up and some parts where you drop it down. So there's no click involved. But answering the second part of your question, I think the songwriting process, as Abhishek said, is a very organic process. So maybe one person will come up with a basic idea for a song, and that could be anybody, because I think everybody in the band is actually a composer. Actually, everybody writes music. So we will come up with a song that we think fits the band, introduce it to everybody, and then we sit together and we just put our parts down.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Sorry, the process before Sonam. Sonam was the founder member with Parikrama. Since we were together since 91, he unfortunately expired in 2020. So till then, majoritarily how we used to compose is the main two composers, let's say the John and Paul of our people, Nitin and Sonam. So they would sit together, because we realized that it's better that the two of them doing their parts come out with like 30-40% of the song and the idea. Then they would present it to the band, and then we still finalize the song after physically all of us meeting and exchanging. For this also a lot of ideas came in when Sohail and Shashank also came to the rehearsal. Just three of us would meet, or he would come along, and we would make a lot of changes and ideas right there and then. Now, after Sonam, initial part started with Nitin and Abhishek. क्या हुआ ऐसे क्यों बना रहा है? तेरा ही नाम ले रहा है. So it started with them taking over the thing, but then we just announced suddenly that we'll release 50 songs in the next 5 years. So उसमें अब सबकी लगी पड़ी है तो अब सब लिख रहे हैं. So Srijan has almost written a song probably for the first time for the band, a full song. Lyrics on his own. Balani is always there for all the songs. He's made a song that we wanted to sound more like a 80s pop disco kind of a rock pop. He's writing a violin instrumental that we wrote in 92, uska part 2.
Wow.
Saurabh has got a new. So now we have in 2022-23 we have kind of changed the pattern. We've changed our pattern in terms of composing that everyone has to do. Also, we used to never record our music. We have hundreds of songs and probably had 3 recorded songs before 2022. So now we have started recording our music and we had 4 releases already and now this live album.
So lovely. So we are so glad to have this one, Don't Cut Me Down, you know, as part of Soundcheck Season 2. Over to you, Mr. Balani. I won't call you Gaurav.
No, thank you.
Since we call you Balani. So tell me what, you know, this bass is a very integral part of any band, you know, and how do you feel being part of Parikrama?
I mean, it's a great
Tell me your
feeling,
journey.
of course. I've been with the band since 2012 and I used to follow Parikrama anywhere they would play, literally. Ever since I was in college, Parikrama, I mean, there were very few bands in Delhi. Parikrama obviously being the legacy act. Like any big festival that would be happening, Parikrama was headlining. So I was literally like a fanboy tailgating, like, you know, just hanging around the guys. So I knew Subir sir from back then. And when the opportunity came along, I was very happy to, you know, be there. And just the first call just felt very surreal. And the first few years actually felt very surreal.
Wow. What's your age?
I'm 36.
So you were literally born when the band started.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were 3 years
I was
old.
a toddler. Yeah, when this started.
How do you struggle when you have the bass and play an instrument like outside of, but you don't play the bass? At least not.
No, actually, they're both very good bass players.
But it's the kind of instrument that it's the only thing that can give you that kind of sense of movement without actually going very fast. You can just play a simple 4x4 like an AC/DC song and still feel that movement happening. And in a slow melodic song that runs that you get like on a fretless or even on a fretless bass. It's not something you can replicate on any other instrument. It just sounds so out of this world. Yeah.
What's your instrument?
My instrument is right there, of course. I'm like used to doing all that.
But sometimes you like, you know, play
I
guitar.
play
keys.
keyboard.
Yeah. Just for songwriting.
Yeah,
For it,
just
yeah.
on my own.
And 33 years, yeah, it's a long time, you know, but obviously it just feels like yesterday. I mean, it's been 32 years for us as well. We've been you know, making music, but I just feel like we've just begun. It doesn't feel like that. But tell me, how do you feel about making so many songs and you know, you have so many songs that are released and so many songs in the pipeline. What's
So all
next?
of you also being a composer and your best country has, I'm sure you in your company have this folder for others.
Yeah.
We have these 100 unfinished tracks.
Actually, I don't. I have all of them out. I'm a very impatient guy.
Okay, so most of us do that.
Okay, right.
There are lots of them in there. And I never think in terms of, I mean, I don't think any of us thinks in terms of we made so many songs or you achieved this much or we haven't achieved.
Sure.
It's life.
Yeah.
You don't think, well, okay, I'm feeling this way and we're playing music. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. I mean, that's all we do.
Sure.
And we don't know how to do anything. Like they say, it's an old cliche, but you do something that you love. You won't know when the time passes by.
Yeah.
So, like you said, 33 years, you like,
I'm going on
I remember
vacation.
the first time I was on stage in 91, exactly how it looked like from there. I see how the vision and I see one very clear that.
For sure. Yeah.
And you know, now it's how often do you speak to Subir?
How often do I?
Speak to Subir.
I try to avoid as much as I can.
You see, the reason why I asked you this question is because Sulaiman and me have a similar kind of relationship. You know, I mean, we've been together since birth, obviously, and been making music since 32 years now. So it's quite a unique. I mean, I had no idea that, like, you know, that one can go on for so long, but then it's a beautiful great relationship between brothers there.
And the only difference, we stay in the same house. Still.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
that's what I'm
God bless you.
Nice part of the house is kind of isolated and demarcated firstly. So it is like man cave kind of a situation.
Wow.
And so that way I'm like, he has a family, he can't go to do that. Of course he wants.
Yeah.
So most of our talking is on WhatsApp. And max voice notes, no calls. And we see each other probably when there's no practice, we probably end up seeing each other like passing.
Well, the cameras are rolling. You guys can have a little conversation while we can. No, really, yeah. Subir and Nitin, you guys are, you're a huge inspiration, really, to so many bands. And I'm saying it from all my heart because every band I've spoken to, they really look up to you guys. And they're so happy to be a part of Soundcheck because you guys are featuring this time on season 2. And, it means the world to them. That's such a big thing that you guys have inspired all of them. And it's really beautiful for us to have you guys, and you say that we keep the best for last. So that's why we had the best, finishing Soundcheck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Man.
It's truly
kind of you.
makes a big difference to us.
Thank you.
And although I don't want to cut this down, but I think let's listen to some music right now.
Absolutely.
We every year we partner with these guys. These guys are called Moha.
Okay.
And they're a brand that makes organic products from Ayurvedic products. Moha has been and they make a lot of amazing things like things out of organic ingredients. But this is something I really like.
It's a sunscreen spray, especially when you do sound check, in the hot sun. It's something that it's a really good
We can give this to Saurabh because he's going on a bike trip to Ladakh.
Thank you so much. I'm going to give it to Subir. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
And we are once again very grateful to have you guys there.
Thank you.
And
Thank
really
you.
can't wait for everyone to witness Don't Cut Me Down. Let's take a photo.
Yeah.
Come.